You don't need expensive design suites or fancy editors to do web design. In fact, you could accomplish most of what you need to do just using the default text editor on your computer. That said, specialized text editors do make things more convenient. They can help as you write code, edit multiple files, and push files to and from the remote web server. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how to download, install, and configure a text editor called Notepad++. By the time we're done, you'll be ready to write and manage any number of web pages using any number of web languages, including HTML and CSS. Notepad++ is a free program for Windows, and you can download it by going to notepad-plus-plus.org in your web browser. On the left-hand side, scroll down and click the big download button. Choose the installer version of the latest current version, and your file will begin to download. Save that someplace that you'll be able to easily find. Open the file and begin the installation process. This should take just a few minutes. When you're finished, make sure that the Run Notepad button is selected and hit Finish. That will open up a new Notepad window in the background. Now, in your Notepad window, go ahead and create a new file by going to File, New. The first thing that we're going to need to do is specify which programming or markup language we're going to be working in. This helps Notepad++ know what sort of code highlighting to do for us. Right now, the program is treating this file as a normal text file. We need it to treat it as an HTML file. To do this, go up to the Language menu, and under H, choose HTML. You'll notice now that the document type is being read as a hypertext markup language file, or an HTML file. Let's paste some HTML code into this to see what it looks like now. You can see that the editor adds some coloring and highlighting to the code, and will continue to add highlighting as you work with your code to make it more easily read. Now, rather than having to choose HTML each time we open a document, let's assume that we want to make HTML the default for each new document. To do this, go up to the Settings menu and choose Preferences. Now, click on the New Document Default Directory tab. And in the Default Language dropdown, open that up and choose HTML. While you're at it, go ahead and click UTF-8 under the encoding option. When you're done with that, click Close. Now, if we open up a new web page, or open up a new document, you'll see that it is recognized as a hypertext markup language file by default. When we save the file, it will automatically save it as an HTML type file. Sometimes it's hard to remember exactly which tag to use or what all the options are for a tag as you're coding up your document. So let's turn on a help prompt feature that should be of assistance. To do this, go up to the Settings tab and under Preferences, choose the Backup/Auto-Completion tab. Here, click on both of these boxes, the Enable Auto-Completion on each input and the Function Parameters hint on input, and then click Close. Now, as you type tags into your HTML document, you'll get a drop-down list with all of the different HTML tags you can use, with some of the suggested tags already highlighted based on what you've typed. I can then double-click on the H1 and it'll finish my tag, and I can continue typing. Now let's take it a step further by adding a plugin that will help us with some auto-completion options for our tags. Because Notepad++ is open source and is so popular, many developers have created handy tools that can be added to the Notepad++ interface. Let's add a plugin called TextFX that will help us keep our tags properly closed. So to do this, we need to go to the Plugins menu and then scroll down to the Plugin Manager. Then click on Show Plugin Manager here. What we'll pull up is a list of all of the available plugins that are currently out there for Notepad++. The one that we want is the TextFX Characters plugin, which you can see here. To install it, check the box and then click the Install button. That plugin will be downloaded, and then you'll be prompted to restart Notepad++. Go ahead and click yes. I'm not going to save any of my files. And I'm going to open up a new window. Now you'll notice that we have another menu here, the Text FX menu. Click on that, and then go down to the Text FX settings, and make sure that the auto close XHTML/XML option is selected. If it is, now as you begin to type your HTML tags, Notepad++ will go ahead and auto close that tag for you. So this is my headline, and then hit the end key to jump out, or I can use my arrow keys to jump in and out. And I can continue to code up my document with my end tags being auto-filled. We're almost there. Let's add on one more plugin to make managing our files easier, because most websites are going to include more than one directory and more than one file. So to make these files easier to manage, we're going to add a file manager view to Notepad++ using a plugin called Explorer. We can get the Explorer plugin by going to Plugins, Plugin Manager, Show Plugin Manager, and then from the list that pops up, scrolling down to the Explorer plugin here. Click Install as before. I'll be prompted to restart after it downloads and installs. I have the option to save. No, I don't need to save. I'm going to hit Control-N to open up a new window. Now we activate the plugin by going to Plugins. Now we have a new Explorer option here, and then we click on the first option here, Explorer. Now over here on the left, we have a tree view of all of the files and drives on our computer, where we can then go in and create, edit, and delete folders and files. Now, there are thousands of other ways that you can tweak Notepad++, but this should be enough to get you started. As you've seen, just because Notepad++ is free doesn't mean it's not an excellent piece of software as well.